Sounds really weird.
I don't like it either.
Really weird?
They sound like a boy, but they look like a girl. I'm just confused.
And so were they. Hey guys, it's Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another reaction video. Let me start out by saying this. I honestly did not want to do this video. I mean, obviously I've gone on my thing about Fine Brothers videos, but I've done a shit ton of them lately. This video is not a reaction channel to specifically Fine Brothers videos where they touch on music subjects. This is I actually make my own content on here, believe it or not. Which Wednesday I will have an official Mike the Music Snob video up, so stay tuned for that. But I kind of have this weird thing with Fine Brothers videos where I have this balance of I really don't want to do them, but my audience really does want me to do them. So in the end I decided, okay, let's go for it. So today we're doing Kids React to Motley Crue. For those of you that aren't aware, Motley Crue is pretty much the embodiment of 80s hair metal. Let's get into it.
A band that was really popular back in the 80s.
That was even before I was born.
The band is called Motley Crue.
Okay, never heard of it.
Never heard of them.
Weird name.
And that's the thing. For a band that had such a huge impact on popular culture in the 80s, and for a band that sold a shit ton of records, most people outside of our community either don't know who they are or pretty much forgot about them. So to all of you people that give me shit whenever I say, oh, this is shit, this song is shit, this song is shit, how much of those popular artists do you think are actually going to stand the test of time? Just off the top of my head, I think Gaga will stand the test of time, but that's just my opinion.
Today, we've also got the music videos for you.
Yes, so you get to see how ridiculous they look.
The torches really make it look caveman style.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I love the 80s, but when you look back on it and you look back on how extreme and over the top everything was, it is absolutely hilarious. Like, I love how hilarious it is, but like, I also like get that they were trying to be awesome. It's like the same reason that I love super shitty movies from the 80s. I just eat this shit up.
Okay, I'm confused. Is it a boy or a girl?
Aha! And you know what? I'm kind of confused too. I never understood the whole thing with androgyny and trying to say, man, we're so masculine, we don't need to look like men. Like, that really didn't make any sense to me. They're like some of the most misogynistic people in music history, and they're up there dressed like women. I don't get it. As far as I know, it was more just a slap in the face to the conservative culture at the time.
They are really looking like they're rock people.
Kind of looks like a rip-off Kiss.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, not that they actually are a rip-off Kiss, but if you just go based off of that imagery and you go to the type of music it is, I could see how you could draw that conclusion. And that's the thing, the theatrics of bands like our prog guys like Yes and Genesis, and then Kiss and Alice Cooper, inspired the over-the-top craziness of hair metal. Like, talk about a self-indulgent time in music. When you go back and you look at this part of the metal culture in the 80s, which dominated a lot of popular culture and most of the metal culture back then, and then you look at what happened with grunge and that reaction to it, it's like, can you totally blame them? This is coming from a guy who does not like grunge very much at all.
This is already really weird.
Also, as a guy who is extremely snobby about the type of riffs and music that he likes to consume, listening to what is essentially simple rock beats, but it's just overdriven and the attitude is there, so they can call it metal. But the drums are pretty much rock, the guitar is pretty much rock blues based. It gives you a real sense of feeling kick-ass, and that in conjunction with the vocals, I mean, I think the vocalist kind of was an asshole back then. I don't think he's as much of an asshole now, but he has a great voice. He has a fantastic voice.
It looks like Wonder Woman. They're like Wonder Woman or something.
Xena Princess Warrior, more accurately.
I have no idea what's going on in the music video.
They're doing a good solo.
One thing I absolutely do love about hair metal is their guitar solos almost always kick some serious ass. Oh, that is one thing that was lost in the 80s that I wish stuck around today, was some friggin' awesome guitar solos. That and pinch harmonics. I really miss pinch harmonics, but you can find that in a lot of underground music nowadays.
I'm just not a fan of this kind of music.
Did not understand the music video, did not understand anything.
It was hardcore and sad.
Now you guys are gonna expect me to talk shit and be like, oh, pop culture has ruined everything today, blah, blah, blah. Like, in all honesty, I don't consider Motley Crue to be a really good representation of what metal is. I'm not gonna be one of those metal elitists and be like, that's not real metal. I mean, metal has tons of different flavors. But given that that was less than a decade of history, in the span of the multiple decades now of how long metal's been around, I don't think that that's a very well-rounded representation of what it actually is.
They sound like a boy, but they look like a girl. I'm just confused.
And so were they.
This is really 80s, like with all the hair. I feel like
It
they're
is
wearing
crazy
wigs, but
80s, dear.
they are.
She's always getting into that stuff, man. I think later on in the video, she says she's like into a lot of, I think she said Metallica, and I forget who else she said. It was either like Motorhead or Maiden or something.
Gosh, what are they doing?
Acting like a bunch of morons. Alright, I will say right now, that riff kicks some serious ass. I would not call myself a fan of Motley Crue by any means. No hate. Well, he's no hate for the music. As far as other stuff goes, I'll touch on that later. But yeah, for a guy who's not really a fan of Motley Crue, that riff is badass, man.
Okay, I like the song.
Is that right, Sydney?
Put on a shirt next time, drummer. Wait, where's the drummer? Oh my...
So Tommy Lee is not a shitty drummer at all, but by no means is he like an amazing, mind-blowing drummer. It is a very cool theatric to have him spinning upside down like that and still keeping in time and everything, but in all honesty, it's not that difficult. If you practice doing it a couple of times, you get used to it real quick. I'm completely speaking from personal experience, 100% from personal experience. But again, fantastic theatrics. I think it was a great touch on the show. And I believe they actually still do that to this day.
I definitely think that if you're into their music, you go to a concert and have a really good time.
Totally.
I've never seen a band that crazy in my whole entire 7 years life.
I know what you guys expect me to do. Again, she said her entire 7 years life. Just wait till she discovers Marilyn Manson or Rammstein. It's weird. I feel like you guys may have said something about Marilyn Manson in the comments section before.
Should we be getting in a
That
car
kick
crash?
drum feels huge. Great
It's a
thud.
lot.
Are you kidding me? This is crazy. I don't understand.
Honey, I don't feel like most people did back then. The 80s was just about making shit extreme. For the most part, there wasn't a whole lot of meaning behind any of it, at least as far as the pop scene goes. And you know what? Some of that can be said about today. Or more specifically, people thinking they're being more meaningful than they actually are.
Like wearing makeup.
Vince Neil's vocals definitely stand out the most when he's going hard, and it's very intense. Softer songs like Home Sweet Home, I don't think he does as good of a job personally. But on this track, yeah, you can definitely tell he's throwing it in and you can hear it. It's awesome.
I feel nostalgic even though I wasn't born in 1980.
That's fucking awesome.
They have videos, however, we're not going to play them for you because they are a little too inappropriate for kids.
Okay. Too high of a level of rock.
Sounds really weird.
I don't like it either.
Really weird? Like, I could see him maybe saying something like crazy ass, like death metal, like ugly brr, shit sounded weird or like different to him, but this, like, sounds pretty damn close to rock and roll, man. I mean, sure, the vocals have changed significantly, and I mean, there's a lot less chunkiness in the guitar nowadays for most rock and roll, but honestly, I mean, this does not strike me as weird whatsoever. Be interested to know what he listens to on a regular basis.
And they all sound the same to me.
Aha! Thus, one of the big problems with 80s hair metal for me. Unless you really listen to it all the time and are really familiar with all the different bands, honestly, they all start to sound the freaking same, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan, because, I mean, at the end of the day, this shit was pop music, and this shit was highly commercialized. One of the big reasons why I really don't give a fuck about hair metal. Sure, it's fun, but, I mean, I complain about really terrible messaging, really shallow messages conveyed to people, and not very artistic songs on a regular basis in modern day music. This is no exception.
This one definitely seemed like it's something you would hear in the 80s. But I really
Job,
like
Sydney.
it.
Ooh, alright, that solo's freaking
Whoever
killer, though.
plays the guitar is really good.
Like,
I like that it's fast-paced, but not too, like, fast that I can't hear the lyrics.
We need to show Sydney some soil work, just to, I don't know, I would really love to see that.
Guitarist is very good. The drummer is awesome.
Yeah. The guitar player is actually a really, really good guitar player. I mean, I wouldn't put him on the level of godhood per se, but I mean, the dude can shred for sure. But again, the drummer's not anything super fabulous. The drummer's biggest strength is the production. They make his drums sound freaking huge. If there is one thing the 80s did right, it was making everything sound enormous. There's a very good reason why they didn't show him this music video.
oh, I know this one.
Yeah, I think I've heard this one before.
Just about everyone's heard this one before. Just wanted to say quickly, that main riff in Girls, Girls, Girls is friggin' fat. Boom, 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 boom. Like, hell yeah. Raise the horns.
This one's really repetitive.
Red
It's
lips,
pop.
finger.
Girls are awesome.
The unintentional irony in that entire situation is something that only the innocence of a child would bring out.
Girls, girls. This sucks.
The pithiness was outstanding, but just the fact that he looks dead in the camera and just goes, this sucks. That was awesome. Remember, that's the kid that liked Iron Maiden, and he doesn't like this. So you know what? That kid might be getting close to squirehood right now.
Just sounds so stupid.
It's slightly cathartic to hear the kids say this, man. I'm sorry. I know you guys are probably going to be talking some shit on them in the comments, but I don't give a fuck. I think this is great.
Literally just saying girls, girls, girls over and over again.
I
true.
don't like.
I just love metal, and this one really captures the metal feel. I like music like this, like Metallica, Guns N' Roses are amazing.
Guns N' Roses, that's who it was. And yeah, as far as a classic metal vibe, these guys definitely do kind of embody that. But like I said, you know, in context of where metal has gone and all the places it's been, I mean, you wouldn't say that Black Sabbath is like the quintessential heavy metal sound. They were the progenitors of it all, but I mean, comparing Black Sabbath sound, everyone, oh my gosh. The comment I've gotten a lot of times, have you heard of Black Sabbath? They're a great doom metal band. They're not freaking doom metal, man. Modern day doom metal may sound very similar to Black Sabbath, but Black Sabbath has a more similar sound to Led Zeppelin than it does to modern doom metal. And in that same spirit, that's why I would say Black Sabbath is not a quintessential heavy metal sound, and neither is Motley Crue. So I don't know whether or not these kids would fully appreciate metal or not. Probably not. I think it would just be a little much for them, especially given some of their reactions to Metallica.
I can kind of tell what people like them, just because their like showmanship is so like crazy.
That is absolutely true. 80s hair band showmanship was some of the best of the time, and I mean, a lot of the 80s pop also had fantastic showmanship. If you ever go to an 80s hair band show, it's gonna be a crazy time. It's gonna be crazy.
Do you think if a band was like this today, people would still like them?
Yes, because like it's still good music.
With today's generation of teenagers, probably not, because most teenagers just are Snapchat dog filter girls.
She is awesome. She deserves a high five, man. So here's the weird thing. I feel like they still kinda could be embraced by today's generation, but not for the reasons that they're talking about. The whole cross-gender, transgender thing is really touchy and also slightly popular in today's culture. So that whole androgynous thing, I think, could probably sell pretty well. As far as the music goes, no. I mean, just look at Steel Panther as the most prominent example. I love Steel Panther because they're simultaneously a perfect parody of 80s hair metal, but then at the same time, a wonderful celebration of 80s hair metal as well. They're totally self-aware, they're totally having fun with it, but at the same time, they're totally kick-ass. Now, they have a certain amount of fame and notoriety, but I would by no means put them on the level of, like, you know, a Gaga or a Katy Perry.
People would hate it. People have changed. I mean, some people still like rock, but it's more pop now.
It's really interesting, because like I said, that was pop back in the day, man. I mean, yes, technically it was metal and was on the opposite spectrum of popular music in the 80s, but at the end of the day, that shit was crazy popular. It was owned and run by the record label and was produced to try and sell as many records as possible. That's pop. Anyway, that's about all the sense I have to throw into this. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Become the Night. And if you feel so inclined, go to the link in the description to my Patreon page and pledge some money every month, because even a snob needs to be patronized every once in a while. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!